Tulare Lake was once the largest freshwater lake west of the Mississippi River, covering an area of about 800 square miles in central California. But it disappeared in the late 1800s, when its tributary rivers were diverted for irrigation and municipal water uses. For decades, the lake bed remained dry, except for occasional floods that turned it into a temporary wetland. But in 2023, something remarkable happened. After a series of atmospheric river storms brought heavy rains and snow to California, Tulare Lake reappeared on the map. Satellite images from NASA showed the dramatic growth of the lake as the once dry basin was refilled by storm runoff and snowmelt from the southern Sierra Nevada. The reformation of Tulare Lake had both positive and negative consequences for the region. On one hand, it restored some of the natural habitat and biodiversity that had been lost when the lake was drained. It also provided a source of water for wildlife and recreation for local residents. On the other hand, it caused widespread flooding and damage to farmland, infrastructure, and communities. Thousands of cows were drowned or displaced by the rising waters, and crops such as almonds, tomatoes, and cotton were ruined. Some towns, such as Corcoran, faced the risk of levee breaches and had to request emergency funding to raise their flood defenses. Governor Gavin Newsom visited the area and warned that the worst was still to come as the massive snowpack in the mountains melted and sent more water into the basin. The reappearing Phantom Lake could remain for 2 years or more in the Central Valley, depending on future precipitation and water management decisions. It poses a challenge for balancing the needs of agriculture, environment, and human safety in a region that has experienced both drought and flood extremes in recent years. It also raises questions about how climate change will affect California's water cycle and hydrology in the future.